Good afternoon, good morning, probably good evening, depending on where you are, and welcome to the auspicious GoGettaz Virtual Agripreneur Prize Ceremony. And this is a culmination and a celebration of the hard work our youth agripreneurs have done. They've gone through a grueling process, from the shortlisting to the review process to a very, hot and rapid pitching session with the judges. And guess what? They made it. There's lots to be said, but this is not the time, neither the place for that to be said. You should be following us at genafrica.org, where all our stories are there. Now, without further ado, I would like to call upon the head of Generation Africa, Mr. Dixon Naftali. And as I hand over the baton to him, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Amanda Namai, and I'm GoGettaz lead. I'll be your moderator for the day. Dixon, over to you.
Thanks, Amanda, and thanks everybody for making it to this celebration, this award. Today is a day to celebrate. We are happy that our winners conquered, what they had in front of them. And as I always call you Africa's best, I know this is not the only award that you're going to win, but quite many of them. So really nice to see you, Tracy, Nishimi, Philly, Eze, Constantine, and Diana, and congratulations once again. So we also have judges here, and I can see Elaine is here. Thanks for the support all through. I can see Edson and PC is here, and I can also see Carol is here. So thank you very much, our judges. I also want to thank the comms team that has been right behind this. I can see Kathy is here, and Jane Machigere is here. So thank you very much for getting us to this point where we have our winners. Thanks to the Secretariat team. Henry is here, Amanda and Sophie, for all the great work that you've done so far. And then lastly, to our co-chairs for supporting us, Jennifer Van, as well as Subashini Chandran. So without further ado, hand back to you, Amanda, so that you lead us through the next session. Thank you.
Thank you, Dixon. You had alluded to what I was going to say next. We are graced by one of our co-chairs, Madam Jennifer Byrne. She's a lady of many hats, an exceptional woman she is, and she actually has, let me call it a secret talent. She's a master presenter, and if you didn't watch her during the Pitch AgriHack Award ceremony at the AGRF, you need to follow us on YouTube and watch her in action. So Jennifer Byrne, I kindly ask that you give some opening remarks, and we get into the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amanda and Dixon. And let me start first and foremost by congratulating our 14 finalists. And of course, a special congratulations to the 6 winners for their significant achievement. At Generation Africa, we had over close to 3,500 applicants between the ages of 18 and 35, and they were coming from 34 different African countries, all registering to compete in this competition. It was our 3rd annual GoGettaz Agripreneur Prize competition. It began in April, it closed in June. It was a roller coaster, and here we are with our 14 finalists and of course the excellent 6 winners. And we celebrated you at the AGRF, but we will continue to celebrate you. And the reason for that is this. You are part of an army of millions of young Africans, and you're shaping the future of billions, not just on this continent, but also beyond. And I therefore would like to mention to you that you are all our Generation Africa brand ambassadors. You are all ambassadors for this continent and also for the future of the world. The world is really watching you. I wish you well and continue to soar to greater heights. Thank you.
Well said. I hope now you believe what I told you. Jennifer is well-spoken, well-presented, and I feel appreciated even though I'm not even receiving a prize myself. Speaking of prizes, let's get right into it. And we'd like to begin by awarding these virtual certificates to our winners. So if we could just display the certificates on the screen. And I know first up we were having Carol Waini, who was part of the review process. So Carol, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Amanda. I'd like to present the award for impact to Constantine Edward of AgriLife Tanzania. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
All right,
congratulations.
great.
Thank you so much.
Yes, let us go to the next award. And this I will call upon Ellen Rasmussen.
Yes, it's a huge pleasure for me to present this Impact Award to you, Filiketa, for your impressive work on agro women. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy for it. Thank you for your support.
Great. Next up, we have Gabriel Eze. And this will be presented by our co-chair, Subhashini Chandran.
On behalf of GoGettaz, I'm super delighted, Gabriel Eze, to present to you the Impact Award for this year for Rural Farmers Hub, Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Great. From there, we will be going to Miss Diana Orembe. And this I will call upon Henry Lagat to present the award to her.
Thank you so much, Amanda. The winner for the Impact Award is Diana Orembe of NoFeed from Tanzania, who's really taking a big step to ensure that, we receive organic feeds. Congratulations, Diana.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
That is, now we are at the end. We've marked the end of the Impact Award winners category. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the grand prize, I'll call upon Jennifer Byrne to make the next presentation.
Absolutely, and I'm very honored to offer this grand prize, this recognition to Tracy Kimatai. Tracy's active in solar-powered cooling solution. And Tracy, I think you just have to continue being the sun and the sunshine that you brought to this continent. So many congratulations.
Thank you, Jennifer, and thank you to the GoGettaz team for your support.
Jennifer, I think you should be a poet. And the next award, I will call upon Subhashini once again to present the grand prize.
Thank you, Amanda. So following up on that, sort of the other grand prize winner in this category is Alexandre Nishimi. Congratulations for winning this for Sanet Wing Limited, Rwanda.
Thank you so much. I'm so humbled to have this award, and it's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
A round of applause to our winners. Yes, Frank, you could stop the presentation, and I would request each and every one of us to turn on our videos, because let's just talk, let's vibe. And just to set the ball rolling, I'd like to know from each of you, it's been, close to 3 months since you won either the Impact Award or the Grand Prize. So what does this award mean to you? So I'll just call upon you rapidly and you can let us know. And then of course we have some of our judges here whose faces I'm sure you remember. We have our reviewer here, Caroline, who will be engaging with you. So I'll pick upon Tracy. What does this award mean to you?
Thank you, Amanda. Yes, so winning the Female Go-Getters Award was extremely helpful in not only recognition, because it really enhanced our brand awareness. We have people coming in saying, we saw you from Go-Getters and we want to collaborate. So that was definitely one of the things that we were supported by, is that brand awareness. And the fund is helping us scale our solar chiller units into unit 2. And so we're very excited for that. So that's what the two major influences that the Generation Africa Go-Getters Prize has brought to me and my company.
Great, and congratulations once again. We came to the launch of your solar powered unit. And so congratulations once again. We are excited and we are hoping that you'll give us greater, better news of your achievements. Costa? Nishimi, I see you're already ready, so you can go ahead and tell us what the award means to you, and then we can go to Costa.
Yes, thank you so much. There's a lot of things that have changed, and number one, from the day it was announced, I became a continental spotlight. So everyone was reaching out to me from across the continent saying, how do you do it? How do you combat avocados? Hey, I have avocados. Can you provide me the market? At least I have met more than 1,000 people have reached out to me saying, hey, I want to plant avocado. Even just right now, 5 minutes before we began the dry run, I had one farmer who came all the way from the southern part of the country to tell me that he has already started farming avocados. And so many people, investors are flooding to the country in a horticulture. They're like, hey, we saw you. You are everywhere. So we want to partner with you. So now I'm like, who do I partner with and who do I not? So now I'm no longer running around looking for the investment. The investment is coming to me. And this coming year, I have a lot of great news. I'm already thinking about making a small video, 3-minute video, to make the impact this award has created for me. So even when we are asking me, but I already had that in mind, because a lot of things have changed a lot. Yeah.
Thank you. That's great news. I see here Jennifer had mentioned you in a webinar, and it was very well received. So expect more and expect more. Costa, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. For us, this has been so blessing because it adds a new networking for the same industry, people who are doing the same of what we are doing. And also now we are able to expand our production, because now we have that amount of money, and we can excel in the industry. Yeah, thank you.
Philly?
Hello, good morning, everyone. The Impact Prize has been very useful for me. It's going to help me to buy raw materials, and it's also give me, it put me on the spotlight. So many people saw my business during the contest. And I also discovered competition on value for her. So I discovered about this website, and I applied to the women to women supply chain program, and I have been selected. So it has been really important for me, and it gives me the courage and tell me that I can do something better than this. And I'm really grateful for the go-getters and also for their partners. So it's really something really important for me. So thank you very much for your support, and we will do our best for the next future.
Thank you. We are proud of you and we only expect the best. So keep up the momentum, if at all, increase it. I'd like to call upon Diana Orembe.
Hello, Amanda. Thank you so much. So for us, NoFeed, this Impact Award has been so very helpful. It has helped us to soften our process. For example, with us, we have even increased the waste collection points through this manner. We have bought a lot of dustbins, which we have distributed in different restaurants. And apart from that, we were also able to buy a waste grinding machine, which is helping us to grind this waste and softening our process of making our product. And as we're moving forward, this will be this is a very great step toward making, toward the commercialization stage. So, but I think that's all.
Thank you, Diana. Mr. Eze Gabriel. Gabriel, if you're speaking, you're on mute. Okay. So meanwhile, as we try and get back Gabriel, I'd like to welcome our judges, our sponsors for this particular award. I see here Edson PC from the African Development Bank, and they're the ones who sponsored the Impact Award category. Edson, you are most welcome to participate in this session. We just want to hear back and interact with the winners. So we will be having, like a rapid fire between, the judges and the winners, and you're also welcome to ask a question and do a follow-up on that. So I'll start off with Miss Ellen Catherine Rasmussen.
Thank you, Amanda. And once more, félicitations, Philly. You impressed very much during the competition with your energetic approach and your ambitions to succeed in your area. And I've been thinking a lot about how your business has evolved since the competition, since we got to know your business, and not least also given the situation in Mali, which is complicated. And I just wanted to hear how you feel that you're able to continue developing the business under the circumstances, and how you find your way with the farmers and towards the market and so on. So understanding a bit about how it has been this autumn would be very interesting.
Okay. As you said, the insecurity currently is affecting the country. But despite this fact, we are going to continue our work. We are going to identify women cooperatives and to collaborate with them so that we can buy raw materials from them. And it will contribute to develop our production and to increase our work level. So we are on the ground and we are doing our best, and we will continue doing it. And we thank you very much for your support. It has been very helpful, and it's helping us also to strengthen our skills and to do more. Thank you.
Good to hear that in addition to your ambitions and your energy, you also have courage and stamina to work on. So best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. Philly, is there anything you'd like to speak, or rather to ask any of our judges before I call upon Subashini?
Okay, so I would like to know, so how did you make the selection? So how did you choose us for the impact? And I would like just to know a little bit about this and how you think about our different initiatives in our different countries.
Would you like me to start off, Amanda, or?
Yes, please. You are one of our prominent judges, so you can take on that question. And also, I see Catherine Boomer, who's part of the implementation team. If you're still on, I think you can also tackle that question as well. She was part of the brainchild that's conceptualized the GoGettaz competition. So you can start off, Ellen, then we can have Kathy.
So I think what I would like to say, well, first and foremost, it was, you know, in the finals, they were all strong candidates. I think what impressed me about your company, Philly, is the way you work with women and the way you also link up with smallholder farmers and really try to build you know, a strong supply chain from smallholder farmers and then into you know, processing the products and then taking the products to the market. So it's a very strong impact for a number of these women that you work with, and that is I think one of the elements that I at least put a lot of weight on.
Okay, thank you.
After all this time, I still speak on mute. Now, congratulations, everyone. Also on behalf of Mr. Masiwa. He's so proud of all of you for so many different reasons, including last year and the year before, or this year and the year before. It's been tough times as entrepreneurs, whether you're established or whether you're more startups like all of you. And it's been brilliant how you've survived and pivoted again, and now we're all pivoting once again with Omicron. So we're getting to be very expert acrobats, I think. I think with regard to the social impact, it was a challenging one because each of the 14 of the finalists did have a social impact in a different way. So I think it was maybe more difficult to choose the social impact. I'm not sure. But Fadi, in your case, similar to, you know, our speaker just before, our lovely judge who's given such advice as a judge we saw in the video, you're a great example for women across Africa and across the world, that you're working in such a difficult environment, yet having such an impact. Part of the decision, I believe, for all of you was that you are a role model for future generations. You're young generations now yourselves, but we saw your potential to have an impact as role models of grace under pressure and innovation in a difficult situation and pivoting. And so the impact, social impact, but also future impact was something that was at least in our minds to make the hard decision for the top 4 for the social impact.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Do we have Gabriel back on the line? Okay, so I hope we've not lost Gabriel, but Subhashini, hold on tight as we try and get him back. Jennifer Byrne, I'd like to call upon you next.
Yes, sorry, I was looking for my mute button. So who am I going to direct my question to? I think I would like to start with the grand prize winner, Alexandre. As I mentioned earlier, I was very impressed by basically how you set up your business and also just your vision going forward, right? And building upon what Kathleen just said, that all of you are such critical role models, not just for young people and entrepreneurs in the African continent, but also going forward. So my question to you would be actually twofold. I'm going to make it a bit difficult. I would really like to know what your vision is in terms of where would you like to see yourself and your business in, let's say, 5 to 10 years time. I mean, like, this continent is really facing significant challenges, and I definitely think it's young people like you who help resolve it. But where do you see yourself? That's my first question. And then my second question to actually all of you is, we're trying to take your voices to a global stage where we will be engaging with leaders and telling them that you guys are holding the baton for the future. What is the key message that you would like us to bring across? So those are two questions. Alexandre, you can answer the first, and the second one is actually for everybody.
Okay, thank you. Number one, where I see myself in the next 5 years, I will be living the vision of my company, being the leading producer of best quality avocado and avocado byproducts, you know. And how do I do it? I'm already doing it. So I have already started the journey, and step by step. So when a few days back, I was the best young entrepreneur of the year in Rwanda, and stepping outside Rwanda and getting the spotlight of the continent. And as I said, people across the continent have started saying, hey, how do we do this in Zambia? How do we do this in DRC Congo? How do we do this in Brazzaville? And that's what we are trying to put together. So you will find some twing in Brazzaville, you will find some twing in Zambia. To me, that's the vision. And we are doing this with a holistic approach because we know the challenges across the avocado value chain and the history and a lot. But for us, we are doing it holistically. And yesterday I was with a friend who is much disappointed on how we go look for certification, like African products, agricultural products, to be certified. They have to either be certified by international bodies, which do not actually exist in Africa. So they say, if I want to export my avocado, I have to look for European certification. That means that Rwandan certification doesn't have that much value on international market. But us getting together as farmers, as producers, and we can certify our own products. That's another vision that I'm looking at. So it doesn't only end at the avocado, but something holistic, then also going beyond, breaking those barriers. To me, that's where I see myself positioned, solving those challenges that I face myself, but also pushing the company to its vision. Thank you.
Thank you. Very well said. And sorry, Amanda, I will sneak my second question in. So
sure.
Any go-getters can answer that. And if you don't raise your hands, Amanda will just point you out. So.
Okay.
Maybe Jennifer, you want to repeat? Maybe, I think.
Sorry, Subsession?
I was going to say you might want to repeat the question.
Okay, let me repeat the question. We're taking your voices as go-getters to the global stage, but we hope to engage with really the top leaders of financial institutions, UN agencies, presidents, ministers. What would be the core message that you would like us to bring there? What do you want us to tell them?
Tracy, I think you can take this.
Yeah, good question, Jennifer. So there's a lot. Maybe just to reiterate what we, communicated once we had this session with AGRF. So there are a couple of things. Number one, I would say market. So if they can ensure a market to, if youths go into the agricultural sector, invest their times, invest their resources, can there be a ready market that can be provided for our, either if that's equipment or our foods or our processed packages? Number two, I think we would also say to kind of not try and reinvent the wheel necessarily in Africa, but to encourage technology that has already existed, like irrigation schemes and cold storage facilities. These are not new technologies, but sometimes when, investors kind of come in, they try and force innovation into the continent, which is a good thing, but also we have to look at sustainable protein, things that are already in the market and can just basically be reinvested into. Yeah, so that's what I think. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So help us create markets and make sure that we can have access to all of the technology available also to the rest of the world. We want choice. I think that's what I'm taking from your message.
Yes.
All right, wonderful. I see Alexandre has raised a hand. Yeah, you can go ahead, and then I will call upon Subashini. And after Subashini, Edson PC, we cannot end without hearing from you and seeing your face. Yeah, so in that order. So Alex, if you could just make it quick and punchy so that we finish on time. Thank you.
Okay, my message to the world, or mainly to African leaders specifically, let them put the African free trade continental area in action. Let it not sit on the shelves. We want it to done. So we want it working. To me, go tell them that message.
Thank you, we will. And you can tell them yourselves in Rwanda when we convene for the AGRF in September. Thank you.
Subashini, over to you.
Thank you. I'm just inspired listening to those messages from Tracy and Alex. So I had a question actually for Diana, if she's here and willing to take it. And it was very specifically around the impact of the pandemic on the feeds business, on your business in particular, and whether being a part of this community, the GoGettaz community, you see will help build your resilience and support you, and in what ways? Diana, are you with us? I can see Dixon has a question for you, Jennifer, while we wait for Diana. It's a tricky one. Amanda, do you want to check if Diana's here?
I see she's on the call. She is, however, muted. I'm not sure if these are network challenges, but we do have Costa, I believe. And if that's okay, maybe Costa, you could take on the question since we've not heard from you yet. Subashini, if that's okay.
I'm sure.
Yeah, Diana, if you can hear us, maybe you could unmute.
Yeah. I sort of had, I had sort of a slightly different question for Costa. He's been sort of raking up the awards. So I wanted to ask him how that's happening as well, both with the Elemelo Foundation grant and of course now this. How are you making that magic happen? So maybe that's an additional question for Costa. Costa, I think you're on mute.
If he's having network challenges, maybe somebody else can just take the question.
Okay. Seems like
I think a bunch of them are struggling with network, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. They're out in the field, and these are some of the real life challenges that people face. So we do have, just if you could let us know if you're still on the call. I see here Tracy, I see here Philly. If you're on the call, we have about 5 minutes remaining. And I'd like to call upon Edson MPC, who has been part and parcel of this competition. He supports us greatly. The AFDB also has the Agri Pitch competition. And I know I saw Jennifer use an interesting term, cross-pollination or cross-fertilization. Last year, we had some of our 2020 winners also win AgriPitch. So I hope you're on this call. Edson, if you are, any reflections to pose to any of our winners? Diana, I see you're back. If you're on, please just unmute and let us know if you're there. Meanwhile, this is just open. We won't target anybody specific to answer, but if you have network, please, you can respond. So Edson, I'll call upon you.
Okay, thank you very much, colleagues. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'd really like to congratulate all the winners who are here with us. You're doing great, and I'm happy to see that some of you, I met you at different occasions, 3, 4, 5 years ago, and to see that your enterprise are still running, I mean, that shows that you have a good product and you have the dedication. So congratulations. Just a quick question to any of you, but I think specifically either Alex or Philly, in terms of looking at improving nutrition. We often just think about agriculture, making profits when you're talking about enterprises. But I think some of you have looked at having safe products, organic products. I see that Alex does pesticide-free, avocados, and I know Philly is adding improving, her cereals, to improve nutrition. Just to find out how does that fit into your model. For sure, if you're using pesticide-free avocados compared to those which use pesticide, it's going to increase your costs. So what has made you try to take that approach, which is more sustainable in the long run, but also providing better health in general, and for the populations. So if any of you can just chip in there in terms of improving the overall health by looking at either organic, pesticide-free additives to our cereals. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Edson, and it's great to see you again. I think we've met once sometime. My approach, what I think is people don't take health seriously. People just eat what they want or what they just find. But at the end, it costs them, because I suffered ulcers for 7 years, and I took all kind of medication, but I never got a proper medication. Even I could just stand and faint just because of ulcers. But 7 years in a row. But after I changed what I eat and what I think, it disappeared by magic. Like I haven't had ulcers for the past 5 years. So to me, I realized that our health lies in what we eat. So I said, those who care about what they eat, they will spend an extra dollar, they will spend an extra coin, because if they don't know, they will still spend it at the hospital, even when they're in an agonizing pain. So I care about those people who care about what they eat and who care about their lives and their health. So that's why I really said, if someone cares about themselves, I should also be there to respond to what they think or what they feel. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Philly, I see your camera is on. Go ahead.
Okay, so we add value to local cereals and oilseed. So we want to contribute to food security and women economic empowerment through value addition. So we think that it's necessary to process our local cereals and oilseed so that our people can benefit from it, and it's natural, so we don't use any chemical product. But currently, we cannot afford making our products organic because it requires research, it requires technical research on the ground, so about the land. So currently we are at the beginning stage, and in the future we want to do all of these things. But currently we are focusing on selecting cereals and oilseed and to process them, especially rice and sesame seeds.
Wonderful, Philly. Yeah, personally, I was amazed by the great work that you do, especially on nutrition, because people look at zero hunger, but you're focusing on nutrition, which is something that is overlooked. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come at the tail end of this event, and I'd like us to do, just 10-second, 20-second parting shots very quickly. This is rapid. I won't call upon anyone. So just quickly give your parting shot if you had just whatever it is you want to say, if you're addressing one of our partners, if it's a message to our co-chairs, if it's a message to the secretariat. In 10 seconds, Edson, Ellen, Subashini, Jennifer, let's all give our parting shots. And then I'll hand it to Subashini to close. Yeah, so maybe Ellen, you could start us off.
Yeah, just to say congratulations, GoGettaz, go out there, we'll behind you, we'll support you, really excellent work, keep up.
Thank you.
Edson, what do you have to say?
Yes, once again, congratulations again. And, on behalf of the African Development Bank, we're saying that we're going to support you even going further. We are looking at setting up some kind of platforms within the different regions. We're starting in Southern Africa and then Eastern Africa, maybe in a couple of years, to support youth entrepreneurship. So really looking at how we can support the business development services to on a digital platform and up to access to finance. And we're also looking at establishing a youth entrepreneurship investment bank. So that is, maybe a few years down the road, but just to show you that, we support youth, and we believe that youth, really are the future, for driving our economies on the continent, and also providing food security. Thank you very much, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Edson. Alex? Alex, as you unmute. Maybe we can have, who do I see? Costa had said his internet is bad, but let me call Tracy. And then Alex, back to you.
Yeah, I mean, from my end, I just want to say thank you for believing in youths, for believing in, you know, the generation of Africa that is determined to change the way we eat, the way we process our foods, the way we, you know, brand our companies. So I just want to say thank you for the support, and I'm sure we're gonna try as much as possible to replicate and scale whatever, you know, GoGettaz has instilled in us. So thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tracy. Costa, I see your hand up. I hope that's a sign that your network is back. So as you prepare to go next for your parting shot, Alex, you had unmuted yourself, so please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. And judges, thank you for choosing the right person. And you are creating a millionaire who's creating millionaires as well. So the value you transmitted to me, I'm transmitting to others, and the message will be long told. And thank you so much, AGRF and Generation Africa.
Thank you, Alex. Kathy, if you're still on the call, we'd love to hear a parting shot from you as well, our founding partner. Thank you.
Hi again. Yeah, I think we have a few founding partners here. I just wanted to quickly say, directed to all of the sponsors, co-sponsors, and fellow judges, thank you for all that you've done this last few years. It's so great to sit here and listen to these entrepreneurs at a bleak time. We're listening to the hope happening. I mentioned to Amanda, when she said quickly she wanted me to say a couple words, that I was glad I wasn't in my pajamas, because this dreaded COVID got me about 4 days ago. And it's not great, but we're all going to get through it. And I don't want to say this because you hear it too much, but really, I do wear your mask and do really be careful. Everybody, because this Omicron, we were so careful, and this Omicron here in South Africa is tricky. So take it seriously, because you get through it. But you know, it is a little bit tougher than we expected. And as you know, Mr. Masiba's been working on the rollout of the vaccines, and that's going better now. But to go back to AGRF, Dixon, Amanda, Henry, the whole team, Jane, I think you're there still, Jennifer, and people who work on this more day to day. Thank you for all that you do. Ellen, Catherine, for all of your excellent questions during the judging. Subhashini, I don't think we've met exactly before, but nice to meet you. And we look forward to next year. And stay strong, everybody. You're just a huge inspiration. And have a happy holiday.
Thank you, Kathy, for your dedication. During the AGRF, when it was hot and tight and intense, Kathy spent sleepless nights working throughout the weekend to make sure that we delivered a high-profile competition. So, Kathy, we acknowledge you, and in spite of your illness, you still made it for the call. Thank you for your dedication. So, I would like to just quickly, just 5 seconds now, cognizant of my team members who work tirelessly behind the scenes, Henry, and then our good boss Dixon, and then Jennifer, as we get to Subhashini.
Thank you, Amanda. This is just to encourage the winners and to congratulate you for the good work you're doing to Africa. From where we sit, we want to continue to tell your stories so that we encourage more youths to take, the decision to be dynamic and, create the job for themselves. We would like to share your stories as we understand, sharing the success stories is one way to inspire the youth to get into this space. But as you continue in your journey, as you're aware, in January, we are planning to engage you just to see then how do we support you on the post-competition, and we shall be taking you through some form of scholarship, rather mentorship and coaching. And I would like to invite, the rest of the sponsors, AFDB. You can talk to us to see then how do we combine to ensure that the post-competition support that we give our winners, our finalists, and our top 25 will be, good enough so that they can be able to strengthen their business to be resilient and to stand the sand of time. But for today, congratulations to the winner, and thank you for the sponsors and partners. Thank you. Back to you, Amanda.
Short and sweet. Dixon.
Thanks, Amanda, for the opportunity. Just to thank you again for being part of this. And I know the sky is the limit for you, go-getters. Keep watching this space. Like Henry said, we have the Generation Africa Fellowship Program coming up. We still have our partners really supporting us and keen to make sure that we succeed and you succeed. And so see you around soon. Thank you. Back to you, Amanda.
Thank you very much, Dixon. A man of few words he is, but of great action. And we are now climbing, head of Generation Africa, and you can see the logo here, AJRF. So now we are at Acting MD, AJRF, Miss Jennifer Barn.
Thank you. I will keep it short because so much was already said, but I'm very proud of this group, both the people who made it happen, my co-founders, co-sponsors, co-donors, as well as, of course, the Generation Africa team. Fantastic work in building the platform, and of course, our winners, who are role models, are champions, and really are leading the way. From my end, all I can say is that this is just the beginning. Our work is not done yet. Your work is not done yet. You have your future ahead. But what I am committing to next is to give you a voice. And next year, you're welcome at the AJRF. I've mentioned it before, but virtually, physically, do let us know what your message is to the world and what your asks are, and we will take it to places. So keep on talking, keep on working, keep on doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. And just before I hand over to Subhashini, our technical support, Frank, reminds me that we need to take a virtual photo once we are done. Interesting times we're in. Who would have thought a group picture would be virtual? So Subhashini, I think once you're done, you can just let us, put on our cameras. We take a virtual picture, and it's been a pleasure. If at all COVID has taught us how to be resilient, we had planned to take about 45 minutes, but thankfully we had allocated an hour for this. But thank you for staying on, and we'll definitely plan for more of such sessions. We clearly need to have more discussions and also factoring in some of the technical challenges that some of us were facing. But thank you so much, Subhashini. I hand it over to you, and then you can motion us to take a picture and we'll close. I will not speak after this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. I think firstly, just huge congratulations to our 6 winners from all of us at Yara, just adding lots more to the positive energy and the wonderful uplifting messages from all of us here to the 6 of you. As a co-catalyst of Generation Africa, we're obviously enormously proud of the achievements of young African agripreneurs and your role in transforming Africa's agri-food systems. But I think what's really remarkable for me, because I'm quite new into the role of co-chair and having recently moved to Africa, is seeing sort of the winners this year represent progress on several high priorities for Africa's growth. So you are certainly enormously inspiring examples for me, even from the standpoint that I am at, but for all aspiring entrepreneurs, I think. And real kudos to our judges, because the diversity in this group showcases to the world that we in Africa are making progress on the youth, women, entrepreneurship, and innovation agendas. And to Tracy's point, I think in some cases, innovation is really about replication and scale. And it's also knowing when not to innovate, but rather to borrow. So very, very interesting points. And I think that's somewhere on the spectrum of innovation too, right, in approaches. So this group here and what you stand for and what we are awarding and recognizing, to me, represents all of that, all of the key development priorities of the continent. It's been my privilege today to meet and interact with you, listening to your interaction with the judges, but also with us. I feel enormously hopeful that great things are ahead, despite the challenging times that we're in for each of you in your entrepreneurial journeys. And I'm so delighted that you will now serve as Generation Africa ambassadors. So on behalf of my co-chair, Jennifer Brown, and I offer a special thanks to Kathy and Nelson for making time to join us today, our committed judges, Ellen and Carol, who have given time and support to this moment, and Amanda, who I think you underestimate your ability to moderate and present. So I'm sure the both of us, Jennifer and I, sort of applaud you for pulling today together so beautifully, and to Dixon and our team at GoGettaz for organizing this ceremony. Thank you all so much for being here, participating, and supporting this very important initiative. With that, back to you, Amanda and Team Technical, for a photo, which we absolutely must have.
Yes, so let's just turn on our cameras, and Frank, you will tell us when to say, in Swahili, there's a favorite dish called chapati. So when you say chapati,
That's right.
Right, yeah. So Frank, you will cue us when to say chapati.
Sure, that must be maybe the camera Dixon. I feel like you see Dixon. So is that everybody? That's all. I have our cameras on, please.
Mumbi and Jean still need to switch on their cameras. And Diana, Edson. We want a full proper selfie, people. We want something Instagrammable.
They're waiting on the rest.
Yeah, I think we're ready. They're probably... Yes, Jane, fantastic, welcome.
Okay, everyone. As Amanda said, let's all say chapati.
Chapati.
Chapati. Great, great. Thank you. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you so much, everybody. We can drop off the call. And congratulations.
Thank you. Kathy, take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.